What's up, dude? Over the years, we've made a lot of incredible chicken recipes on this channel. Peri chicken, chicken shawarma, chicken tikka masala, shoyu chicken, incredible pan sauces. And don't get me wrong, each one of those was super tasty, but we have a new #1 contender, and it goes by the name of Peruvian chicken. Now let's go! Let's start by making the marinade. I'm going to be using this molcajete, but if you want to just use a food processor, that is absolutely 100% fine. Starting with some cumin and coriander, all I did was toast that over low heat for about 6 minutes, and then let it cool down for 10, at which point I can really grind it up super easily. Next, I'm going in with some whole peeled garlic, about 8 cloves. I always start with a smash before I grind. Once that's nice and pasty, I'll add some dried oregano and some stripped rosemary as well as mint leaves. In Peru, they use a mint paste. Forget how to say that, jucatua? Correct me if I'm wrong, something like that. But mint leaves will do just fine. The next ingredients you're definitely gonna have trouble finding at the supermarket. It's this aji panca paste or panca paste, I don't know how to say it, and this aji amarillo paste, both from Peru. This one is really mild and this one is about medium spicy. I'll put links to these down in the description, but if you don't wanna buy them, I would use guajillo chilies for this one and maybe ancho chilies for this one. Just use one milder chili and one spicier chili. It's still gonna be really good. First in with the mild paste, and then the aji amarillo. Mixy. Next, I'm going in with lime juice, red wine vinegar, soy sauce. Go ahead and give this a good mix. And then lastly, I'm gonna stream in some avocado oil. If you don't have avocado, use another one. You could use olive oil, grapeseed, peanut, whatever. And I'm just gonna stir that till it sort of emulsifies, as you can see, but just like a vinaigrette coming together. And that's your Peruvian chicken marinade done. It is potent stuff. Let's give it a taste. Oh my God. If the chicken tastes 10% as good as that does, it's gonna be like the best chicken ever. That's insane. Now, before continuing, I want you to take out about 25% of your marinade. This is something you've seen me do before with the peri chicken recipe. We're gonna turn this into a sauce sort of later into the recipe and put it back on the chicken to add even more flavor. Let's get this bird marinated, and if you wanna do a whole chicken, that's absolutely awesome. However, today I'm gonna spatchcock it, and I'll show you a special way that I like to cook it. So let's flip it over. We'll start down here, and I'm just slicing along the spine with kitchen shears all the way up like this, and then I'll follow it down the other way just like this to get out the rest. Comes out really easy, and I don't think I've ever thrown the spine away. What I like to do is roast it, make a little simple stock out of it, or throw it in the freezer and keep adding more in until you have enough to make a lot of stock. The next thing I'm gonna do, and a lot of people miss this one, is to remove this wishbone, because later, once your chicken's cooked and you go to carve it, it's gonna get in the way of slicing out the breast. So you feel it in here. It runs like a little V, just like this, and I'm just gonna slice down. I'm just following along the wishbone on either side with my knife, and then really it's just scraping mostly. It's quite hard to do this gracefully, but you just keep scraping around the bones like this, cut a little through here, and eventually you can just maybe pop, cut a little more, and then you want to just pull, and here it comes. There's the wishbone out right here. Now it's going to carve easy. Next, we're going to take this thing to the chiropractor, give it a little push, see if we can get a good crack. Little one, little adjustment. Now, just like to flatten it out a little bit, and then also turn those legs out like this, because that is all the skin that I want to sear. And there we go, there's our spatchcock chicken ready for marinade. Now I'm gonna first just hit this chicken with a little bit of salt, just to get it in there, in the cavity as well. And a little Sergeant Gilbert, my little sentient pepper friend. I'm gonna do that all over as well. Maybe I won't have to clean my hand if I just, there we go. And then from here, I'm gonna start on this cavity side, and I'll just begin applying this marinade everywhere I can see on this side of the chicken. Oh yeah, Let's flip it over, then do the same thing on the other side. Oh, hello. You know what? I usually don't do this. I'm also gonna put a little just under the skin of the breast right here. Why not? Let's get that in there. Dump out all the rest of that marinade. Oh, it's a little bit of a sloppy process, but boy, is this gonna be good. Okay, my friends, that is it. It is now ready for the fridge. Now, what I'm gonna do is wrap this chicken up, let it marinate for about 3 hours. That's just what I have time for today. If I could do it overnight, I definitely would. Use whatever patience and foresight you can, but just know it's gonna be really good either way. So I'll see you soon. Now, you can't just make a good Peruvian chicken recipe without making the aji verde to go with it. It's a bright and zingy green sauce that just pairs so beautifully with this rich and fatty chicken. Start with a blender, starting with mayonnaise, yogurt, garlic, jalapeno with the seeds removed, some more of our aji amarillo, cilantro, green onion, lime juice, Parmesan cheese, but you could also use queso fresco or even feta. A little pepper, a little salt, and just a little hint of mint. And now we just give it a blend. And after 30 seconds of blending, we stream in our oil, which is avocado. And that's your sauce done, my friends. I'm gonna put this in a Tupperware and pop it in the fridge where it will continue to thicken up. But before we do that, definitely give your sauce a taste for seasoning. The Parmesan in this sauce may seem weird, but it's what makes it so special. It is truly, truly sensationally delicious. It's really good. Now, before we cook this chicken, let me introduce you to the company who makes the pan I'll be cooking it in, who is the sponsor of today's video, Made in Cookware. I've been using Made in products for years now, and their performance and quality are truly outstanding. They are my favorite pans. And don't just take my word for it, these pans are used by professional chefs all around the world, and even by 3 Michelin star restaurants like Alinea in Chicago and La Bernardine in New York City. Made in partners with multi-generational factories and artisans to bring you cookware that is an absolute pleasure to use. And today we're talking about their stainless steel collection. These are the ultimate kitchen workhorse pans. And no matter what kind of protein you're cooking in these pans, it will do an excellent job. Doesn't matter if it's steak, chicken, beef, fish, lamb, pork, whatever. They're crafted in Italy with a premium 5-ply stainless steel, and this material allows for really even heating and superior heat control, meaning when you heat these pans up, they will hold and retain that heat very well. All of Made in stainless clad cookware can go straight from a stovetop into an oven up to 800 degrees. The curvature of the walls is calculated for deeper and better searing and easier flipping, and they also have this really great rolled rim, so when you pour sauces out, it doesn't dribble down the side of the pan. That's the chef's touch. The handle is also designed to stay nice and cool. Check out the stainless steel collection as well as Made in's other cookware by clicking the link down in the description to save on your order. Thank you, Made in, for sponsoring this channel. Now let's get back to the recipe. Okay, my friends, it's now time to cook this chicken, but first I want to get off some of this excess marinade because that is just going to ruin our sear, because it's essentially wetness, and wetness ruins sears. And so I'm just going to take a paper towel, sort of wipe that down. This marinade has done its job now, and plus we're using more marinade to make a sauce. So I just want to make sure it gets a really good sear, just like this. Doesn't need to be perfect, and we're good to go. Starting with a medium high heat pan. I've been preheating it for about 4 minutes actually. Now I'm adding my oil. That's just a neutral oil, avocado. Now we're gonna wait for this pan to sort of lightly smoke and for that oil to really ripple on there. Now I'm very carefully gonna lay this chicken in. I'm gonna lay it away from me, just in case anything were to happen. Like this. And now what I'm gonna do is take a couple pans wrapped in tin foil and press this on the back of the chicken. Good amount of weight here, and that weight on the back of the chicken is gonna give the skin a really, really good contact to the pan. That makes an incredible, incredible sear. And after 5 minutes of searing on medium-high heat, I'm gonna leave everything as it is and put it straight into a 420-degree oven. After 15 minutes, I'm gonna pull that out of the oven, remove these pans now, and then we're just gonna give it a really good flip. Hopefully what we see here is a nice dark brown color. Should look really good. Oh, baby, yes. And that's exactly the kind of caramelization I wanted to see. That dark brown color with just a little bit of charring is absolutely beautiful. And back into the oven it goes, same temperature. At this point, the chicken's been in the oven for 30 minutes. I'm gonna add that reserved marinade to a little saucepan, and I'm gonna turn that heat on medium-low. We're just gonna cook this down just for a couple minutes. After about 2 minutes of cooking, I'm gonna turn that heat down to low, and I'm gonna drop in a few cubes of cold unsalted butter, throwing in a little French technique with all those Peruvian flavors. Because this marinade has all those acidic ingredients, putting in a little bit of butter to balance that out is really gonna make this taste amazing. And then when we paint it back on the chicken, even better. A little more. Once all your butter is in, you can turn off the heat. And now I pulled the chicken out. I'm gonna paint some of the marinade on, just like I did with the peri-peri chicken. And after the brushing, it goes back in the oven for another 5-10 minutes, and then it is done. I moved it from the pan to the sheet pan just for thumbnail purposes. You don't need to do that. So about 52 minutes total cook time, 15 with the weights, 30 without the weights, another 7 with the sauce, and then 15 minutes to rest. It was also super easy to piece up because we took out that wishbone. So let's give this thing a try without any further ado, Marcus. I think we gotta try it without the green sauce first. Cheers. Here, wing. We have a little bit more of our sauce. We're just dipping it in. Oh, Lord. Woo! Wow, not lacking on flavor at all. Spice is mild. Mild. I could almost get a little more spice here, but that's very good.
She ain't spicy.
All right, Marcus, let's try the sauce.
Let's go.
I dumped it all over this leg, so I'm gonna take a good bite of that. Oh my God. Oh, it's like all the flavors going on. It's insane.
Cheesy, chickeny, yummerific.
Yummarama. The green sauce really lightens it up and actually brings just that perfect amount of heat that I'm looking for.
It's a grape.
Oh man.
It's a really flavorful spice rub.
Dude, with the Aji Verde, that's next level. And a bonus tip, my friends, you're gonna have leftover green sauce from the recipe that's down in the description. Get some chicken thighs, marinate it in that for 12 hours, cook it. That'll be amazing right there. This doubles as a marinade right here, this green sauce. Make it! Thanks for watching today, my friend. Please make this recipe soon for your friends and your family. They are all gonna seriously love it. And if you like written recipes, my master in the making ebook will be linked down in the description, as well as a list of tools and equipment I love to use here in my kitchen. And if you wanna keep learning today, here are 2 more of our personal favorite chicken recipes. This chicken tikka masala, unbelievable, and this chicken shawarma is a great summer hit. Until next time, you know I love you and I'm out!